We're here today with Tom. It's a very sad day. Tom is leaving us today. He's been volunteering with us for a while, and we thought we'd get him in and ask him about his experiences here with Social Breakfast. So Tom, how long were you volunteering with Social Breakfast?
I spent a year volunteering with Social Breakfast, working on the We Are the One Mill project most of the time. I've basically been looking for full-time work for 2 years since graduating from Master's course in 2011, and I can honestly say that the time I've spent with Social Breakfast has really helped my employability skills, give me the work experience I needed and boosted my confidence. I think it's a really good tool for young people to express their views through and developing the all-important employability skills.
What are some high points that you've had?
Working on the We Are the One Mill project was really good because mostly, actually because of the team. You know, and none of them here at the moment. Yeah. But I'd like to give a shout out to Amy and Jimmy and Hamza as well. And I thought they were all really good guys, and we put together some fantastic work. And I mean, one of my personal highlights is interviewing the Dudley Councillor Pete Lowe with Amy, because he's such an interesting guy. And well, all sorts of things really. The camaraderie's been fantastic.
Oh, good stuff.
Especially with you, Tony.
Thank you very much, Tom. He's lying.
I've just mentioned the other people I work with on the project, but I wanted to give a special shout out to Nathan, who's full-time staff here at Social Breakfast. He led the We Are the One Mill campaign, and a lot of the success we enjoyed was all down to him. And I just want to thank him for his leadership and his support throughout my time at Social Breakfast. He's been my #1 fan, I think, and he would say himself, I imagine, that I'm fantastic.
Oh, I don't know, we might have to get him here to verify that at some point.
Well, we can go and ask him in a minute. But, again, well, I just wanted to thank him for everything he's contributed, both for Social Breakfast and for my own personal development. I'd also like to thank Andy for the work he's put into Social Breakfast, and I hope to be able to contribute to the campaigns that he wants to bring to Social Breakfast in the future.
What's next? I know you mentioned that you're applying for jobs onwards and upwards.
I hope so.
Yeah.
No, I hope that the time I've spent at Social Breakfast can help me to move on to the next stage of my career. I've learned a lot about myself and how third sector organisations work, and about some of the issues that affect young people on a day-to-day basis. I think my own concerns about youth unemployment, I found actually that a lot of people share those concerns and have a lot of the same issues that I have in the past. I'd say also that I've built up a good portfolio of work in a way that I've not previously done online. Obviously, social media is a big component of the work of Social Breakfast, and because I've been doing a lot of blogging, I've been able to put my voice out there in a way that I haven't been previously able to, and I hope I can build on that, and maybe I'll find myself as a very angry columnist somewhere.
Look forward to reading about it. Have you got any words of wisdom for our future volunteers?
Words of wisdom. I think if you've got an idea of where you and what kind of topics you want to discuss, definitely go for it. I mean, I will say, as I said before, we have some fantastic people working on the We Are the One Mill team. But there are other volunteers who I met through the year I was involved in Social Breakfast, and they're fantastic. They had an ambition, and they basically went for it. And I'd say just go for it. Take advantage of the opportunities you have, because I've not just developed my employability skills. I've done pieces to camera. I've edited the videos. And I've basically engaged with young people on social media in a way, where most people will conceive. I mean, I first got involved in Social Breakfast purely on an impulse. and I think a lot of it really is...
It's a good impulse.
Yeah. Well, because at the end of the day, I understand what it's like for young people. It's a very frustrating jobs market, and it does continue to be as the government basically making cuts, and the economic situation is still very uncertain. Social breakfast is one of the outlets for young people to express their hopes, fears and concerns, and I hope that it flourishes. I mean, just because I'm officially finishing my stint today, it doesn't mean I'm not going to stay around and contribute as much as I can from outside the tent, as it were.
Good to hear it. Thank you for working with us, Sam.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, El Presidente.